It's finally time. What is up, guys? Welcome back to the channel. Today we are finally getting started on the Electric Blue Evo 8. Decided to take a step back like we discussed in yesterday's video from the Duramax build. Simply put, we do not have enough parts to just like keep going with that build right now. And we have a ton of stuff in for this car. So finally getting started, super stoked for this car. I honestly feel overwhelmed right now with like projects and content and just stuff to do on all of the vehicles. So I'm really excited to bang this one out. Hopefully we can just run this one straight through, not have to take like any breaks, any days off. It should be a very consistent uploading process for like the next, I don't know, 15, 20 episodes till this build is done. To get started today, I kind of just want to go through and tinker on the car, like start getting in the rhythm of working on Evo again. I'm so used to working on the Duramax right now that I feel like I kind of lost my touch with Evos. So the car does need a ton of love. It doesn't really run all that well. Some stuff in the interior is broken that I want to get fixed up. I don't even know really much about the car at all. We bought it, drove it back, and it's been sitting in the shop ever since. I don't know what turbo's on it. I don't know if it's got a built motor or stock motor. I don't know if it's got stock cams. I don't know anything about this car right now. I feel like I just bought this on an impulse buy because it was a good deal, and I can't pass up a good deal on Evo, especially a chance to save an Evo that needs a little bit of love. This car is pretty dang clean. It's the 05 Evo 8. Honestly, I don't think it's MR. I've seen you guys' comments and a lot of you are saying they'd never made it Electric Blue Evo 8 MR. So to be completely honest, I don't know the exact model. I'm sure we'll figure it out eventually, but car's pretty clean. As always, every single car I ever get has crusty Brembos. Surprisingly, this one doesn't have a cracked windshield that I see. It seems like every single vehicle we purchase has a cracked windshield. The Brembos are definitely gonna need some love, but other than that, it is actually pretty clean. A little bit of peeling clear coat right there, but not bad at all. As we work on this car and rebuild it a little bit, I do want to drive it a lot. So I don't want to tear completely into it yet, like no crazy motor builds or anything. If that is even gonna happen, not exactly sure. I feel like we're still not completely set up in the shop, so that's why the content hasn't been like insane like it used to be. I still don't have my lift in. It has been ordered, but it's still not here. The air compressor is still not set up. The sandblaster we do not own. We need to go pick up one of those. If anyone in Spokane has one for sale, hit me up, I'll buy it. So because we don't have a sandblaster, we cannot powder coat yet. Just a lot of little things that I didn't really expect or anticipate when moving into a new shop. So the things I want to fix or at least start working on today, ABS light is on. I want to diagnose that, probably fix it. It does have oil leak. I want to get that diagnosed. I do want to figure out what turbo's on it. I think if we just pull off the intake, we should be able to kind of look at it and try to figure out what turbo it is to see if it's even suitable for any sort of power. And then the AYC light is on as well, which may be related to the ABS. So hopefully we can get all those little issues sorted out today. All right, so on a Evo 8, you can read the ABS codes at home yourself. All you're gonna do is bridge pin 1 and pin 4 on the OBD2 connector. So if it goes long, 3 blinks, that'd be 30, and then 5 fast ones would be 5. So you just add the 2, it'd be 35. It would be the code, for example. So let's try it out on this car real quick. It's been a while since I messed with an ABS system on an 8 or 9. Subarus, I feel like always give me ABS issues, but I've never really had a Evo ABS issue. All right, so I just made this little jumper wire. This is gonna go in port 1 and 4 of the OBD2 port, and then we should be able to turn on the ignition and it will flash the code or codes. I'm guessing it's an ABS sensor, but I think doing it this way will be a lot easier. We can just go online, type in the code, and it'll tell us exactly what sensor or what exactly is wrong with the car. All right, so this might be kind of hard to show you guys, but it's the very top left. So that one up there, top left, is number 1. And if you count straight to the right, it'll go 1, 2, 3, 4. So 4 is that one. It's kind of hard to show you guys. All right, we got our jumper in there. Let's see if it works like it should. So it should blink slow and then fast. Okay, so the first code we are gonna come up with is 10, 21. So first code is 21. Let's see if there's any other ones. 10, 21, 2. All right, code 21 and 22. Sick. Like I said, it's been a while since I messed with the Evo 8 ABS system, so I know we have code 21 and 22. I'm just gonna go on my phone real quick and try and figure out what these codes mean. I'm pretty sure they're both ABS sensor codes. All right, so I just went on Mitsubishi's website. It's actually evoscan.com. 21 is front right ABS sensor, 22 is front left ABS sensor. So both fronts appear to be down. I think what we should do right now is just get the front end up in the air, pull off the wheels, look at the sensors themselves, make sure we don't see anything crazy going on. We may have to replace both sensors. That'd be ironic. That'd be crazy if they're both bad at the same time, but it could definitely happen. So let's get the front end up in the air, pull the wheels off, check it out, and we could actually check out the bottom side of the car as well, because I have yet to do that. Let's do the first crawl under and see how she looks. Definitely a little bit wet on the pan, but other than that, this thing honestly looks pretty dang clean. I'm impressed, not gonna lie. Looks like we have a lower intercooler pipe, an upper ETS, front mount. Any other cool mods to check out? I wonder what clutch is in here. I should be able to tell through this access cover right here. I cannot tell what kind that is. That looks like a factory clutch. But of course the factory clutch wouldn't make it 140,000 miles. Full exhaust, of course. Not bad. I love when you find an oil leak right off the bat. So this is the same oil cooler kit we run on the Black Evo 8 STM kit. Same exact one, and check this out. Definitely leaking a little bit of oil right there. This pan is a little bit wet. It's not really like crazy wet, but it is a little bit wet. So I think I'm gonna go ahead and clean it this whole. I'll probably pull this car outside, clean the whole bottom of it up, and try to actually diagnose and figure out what is actually leaking. Not gonna lie, this thing is way cleaner than my Black Evo 8. When I first picked up the black car, that thing was an absolute disaster. That is why we did pull it apart like 40,000 different times. And I feel like the last time we bought that car, we actually finally did it right. So this car, I don't see why we'd have to pull any drivetrain stuff out of it. Engine seems fine, nice and healthy. I haven't done a compression test yet, which I'll definitely do. I guess I gotta go buy a compression tester because the older one was my dad's, so I gotta go buy one of those. Tranny shift's fine, transfer seems fine, but let's get back to the ABS. Let's pop off these wheels and see if we can figure out what's going on. All right, pulled off the wheel. Did notice the tire is pretty worn on the inside, so this thing obviously needs an alignment, but you already know we're gonna be definitely lowering this thing down so we can align it after that. I don't see anything weird going on with the ABS sensor. I am gonna pull it out of the hub. It attaches on the bottom side. Gosh, I wish I had a lift so I could actually show you guys. Attaches on the bottom side of the hub, should be a 12mm bolt, but I did also notice she's got braided steel lines on it, brand new serpentine belt tensioner, and if you look up in there, it's got a brand new alternator as well. I guess it means it's been somewhat maintained. So I was a little bit worried about this issue. We pulled off the passenger side wheel and the ABS sensor is actually stuck into the hub. Same exact thing that happened on the Black Evo as well. I ended up having to break those out of there when we powder coated those hubs. I actually just went and reread the codes, and I think I read them wrong the first time around. I sat there for a solid 10 minutes and made sure I read them right this time. 12, 13, 22, 82, and 83. So code 12 is front left ABS sensor. 13 is right rear ABS sensor. 22 is another front left ABS sensor system. And then 83 and 82 are both a steering angle sensor. I do have a scanner here. I might hook it up tomorrow. It's dead right now. It's actually Alex's from Elko Tin Shop. I think I have to buy the Mitsubishi software, but it'd be handy for diagnosing this car. I do think I'm gonna go ahead and order up some sensors. A front, left, and a right rear ABS sensor. Those are gonna be the cheapest things to replace first before we dive into like AYC and steering angle sensor codes, because I know a lot of stuff runs from the ABS sensors on this car. If we have bad ABS sensors, it's gonna throw everything off. I'm gonna do the same thing what we just did up here and pull off the wheels. Make sure nothing weird's going on, make sure they're not disconnected or any broken wires, anything obvious going on before we order up new sensors. Slight issue, we do not have the key to get this lug nut off. The passenger wheel just had all regular lug nuts on it, no locking lug. So I need to figure out, I don't know if it's an OEM Mitsubishi thing, if I can order that up or if we're gonna have to like weld a socket on to get that off. But I turned the wheel, crawled under the car. This is what I mean when I say find something obvious. That is the ABS sensor wire right there, completely just cut off. snapped, gone. And I did notice one more thing. Look at how bad the tie rod end is. See how floppy this wheel is? I'm gonna start adding more parts to our parts list that we need to order. A lot of this stuff I'm gonna order up tonight. A lot of it is already here, but all this stuff, maintenance stuff, is kind of boring and not all that exciting, but I figured I wanna get this out of the way first. I honestly don't feel like buying the key for these lug nuts and then for it to show up and be the wrong one and just set us back even further. So I'm just gonna try to get these off right now. I'm gonna pound a socket on and see if we can't pop. There's 3 locks we gotta get off, so let's see what we can do. Hopefully we can get them off. We got the lug nut off. I did pound a 3/4 inch socket on there. Now the problem is the socket is stuck on the lug nut, so I'm just gonna have to go buy some more sockets, pound them on, and throw these locking lugs away because I don't have the key for it. Here's the scoop. Went ahead and ordered the 2 ABS sensors online. Also picked up the tie rod ends that we need. Cannot fix the oil leak until we drain the oil. It is now too late to go buy oil. So what I want to do right now is just figure out what turbo is on the car. From there, we'll decide if we have to upgrade the turbo. It does already have a tubular manifold on it, which I'm not sure what brand it is. It does look pretty decent quality, but let's pop off the intake, figure out what turbo this is. I'm guessing it's stock Evo 8, but I was told it was a TME 6.5, which I don't know if you can make any power on. All right, so I don't know what's so special about this turbo, but I did look up the number on it. It is the Evo 6.5 RS TME turbo, and I found it available on lancershop.com. $3,750. I don't know what makes it so cool, what makes it so special, but I guess we can tune with this turbo. I don't know who's gonna tune the car yet, but tune with the turbo, see if it makes any sort of cool power, or if it's like fun to drive, fast spool time, which I'm guessing will be because it's so small. And if we get bored of it, we can upgrade it from there. It actually is what the seller said it was, Evo 6.5 TME RS turbo. Never heard of it. Pretty much nothing else we can do until we get a few parts in for this car. So what I wanna do is start the disassembly process for the vinyl wrap. I know this electric blue is beautiful. It's a very, very nice color. It would look amazing fully polished up and ceramic coated. But there's this color I've been wanting to do, and I've been wanting to do it for a very, very long time. I figured this is the perfect car, and you guys will see why once I show you guys the color. Some people commented they already saw the color, but I never pulled it out of the box. So I don't know if they saw through the box somehow. Yeah, there's definitely a hole in the box. So some of you guys know what color we're doing. This is literally the perfect car to do this color on. So I'm gonna start the disassembly process of the Evo 8 for the wrap. Let's get to it. All right, so what we're gonna pull off are, of course, all the door handles, mirrors, the skirts are gonna come off, fenders are gonna come loose so we can tuck in here. Headlights, front bumper, this molding, that molding there. The wing's gonna come off. Rear bumper might stay. I know when we did the 9 at Elko, we left the rear bumper on, so I might leave it on here as well. Taillights are gonna come off. Those little guys right there are coming off. Not sure if I mentioned the wing, but yeah, wing's coming off. And then these big roof trim molding things, those have to come off as well. It's a shame this one's bent. These are actually in really, really good condition, not cracked or like dry rotted at all like they always are, but this one is pretty freaking messed up. I don't know, maybe I could bend that back and it'd look okay. Let's pull this off real quick. I highly doubt this is fixable, but let me give it a shot. Yeah, this piece is definitely pretty messed up, and it's a shame because they're so freaking expensive. The part itself isn't expensive if you can find them locally, like from a local dealer. I think they're like $60 or $70, but everywhere online is like $400 with shipping to get one of these things in because they're so big. It's not like you can fold it up and ship it. Yeah, that sucks. I'm gonna try to find one locally, but going back to what we gotta pull off, we're also gonna pull off this trim piece here. There is that hood vent, those little guys we gotta pop off, these side markers here, and this thing should be pretty much ready to start wrapping. The color we're doing is something some of you guys may not expect. It's definitely a lot different than what we have in the shop right now, so I'm pretty freaking excited for it. Go down in the comment section right now and drop a comment. Let me know what color you think we are doing on the 8. I want to see if some of you guys guess it right. These window trim pieces that I'm working on right now, I can never figure out how to get them off properly without destroying them. So I'm gonna have to do some research. I'm gonna have to do some reading online, or I know Elko knows how to take them off because he did the Evo 9 ones, but let's save those for a little bit later of a date so we don't destroy them. All right, I feel like we've made some really good progress on the 8 build today. Only a few little things left to pull off before we start vinyl wrapping it. And then of course we have to do a ton of prep work, all of the claying. So clay mitt, clay bar the whole entire car, IPA wipe the whole entire car, and then we can start vinyl wrapping. Thankfully this car doesn't need any crazy body work. I remember on the 9, we had to sand on the hood a little bit. We had to sand on the front bumper a little bit. This car should be pretty straightforward. Just clean it up and wrap it. I know a lot of you guys are gonna be stoked that we are back on some Evo content. Drop a comment down below, let me know what color you think we are doing, or let me know what color you think we should do, even though we already have the vinyl wrap. Hope you guys enjoyed today's episode. Peace out, I'll see you tomorrow.